It's Nottingham Forest versus Manchester United as Ant glugs down his tea. Or is it something stronger? Welcome to
coffee.
Old Reds, the match preview. Good evening, everybody. Hope you're well and welcome to the live stream as we look ahead with hope, with expectation. I don't know, but I'm excited about tomorrow. Nervously excited. Hope you guys are doing well. We got crypto. We've got Ez on his way for us. Don't, guys, please, no comments on freaking dial up with Ez. No, not today, guys. Not today. Let's kick off by saying a massive thank you to Stephen for the 9 months. Stephen, hope you're well, buddy. Thank you so much for the 9 months. Hope everyone in the panel is well and excited about tomorrow. And the scum
yes. Oh my God! Please. I mean, of all the teams to play five times. How many times did we play him last season? Lots of times, and just to lose every game, to not score any goals. I mean, we should have beaten them up at Old Trafford. I think we all agree on that. You know, I hate to say it, but VAR played their part. But this is definitely the most optimistic I've been about playing them. I mean, that second half against Villa, I was a bit pissed off about that because they did actually play quite well in that second half. But that's Man U. They have these little moments, don't they? If you look at their record, it's win, loss, win, loss, draw, win, draw. You know what I mean? They don't go win. They've not done it. I don't think they've done it all season. So there's no reason to think that they're going to do it now.
Why would you say that, man?
Oh, shut up. And with super... What do you expect me? What do you want me to say? I think we're going to lose. And I think I've got great faith in Nuno Ball. My only slight thing that, and it shouldn't really, is Sangare being out. But you know, we've got other players that can fit in there. Certainly, Mangala can come in and fill that role or whatever. I mean, we'll get onto that perhaps in a bit. But that's the only slight thing that's making me think, oh damn it, because he was just starting to show what he's capable of. But even with that, I mean, you were talking to Flex today, and he was like, we were under Cooper. Don't know what team it's going to be. Don't know what formation it's going to be. Don't know how we're going to play. You know, it's like listening to us from a few weeks ago. You know what I mean? So, yeah, optimistic.
But Crypto, does it worry you that we are this optimistic? After all, this is Forest, man. It's like, are we getting way ahead of ourselves after one great win? And let's not undermine it against Newcastle.
I mean, I always predict a Forest win. I've never predicted Forest to lose a match in 32 years. I've been wrong on a few occasions, but I think it's written in the stars. Newcastle said, you know, they were laughing at us. They sold us Chris Wood for 15 million, going on 19 million, and look what happened. It was the same with the United fans when they gave us Elanga. They said, you know, he's crap. He's not good enough to play in the Premier League. Now they're all scared of him. I've been watching a few streams today from Man United fans, and they're terrified of Elanga for some reason. So I think it's going to come back and haunt them. I fancy Elanga to get on the score sheet tomorrow. I think we're going to do well.
Great. You just cursed Elanga, man.
Wolfie, it doesn't work like that, honestly, mate. It doesn't matter.
Only you can provide.
Your crypto saying such a player is going to play well doesn't. You know, we've not got that influence. I wish we did, but we really don't.
All these fuckers in the chat, man. Every time I say something and it doesn't happen, it's Jinxerine.
Didn't say you. I said me and crypto.
You buy into this Jinxerine stuff. I mean, seriously, I don't know. Oh no, I don't know. I'm so confident. It's like I said, I was even watching like Flex when I spoke to Flex. Even off camera, he's saying to me, bro, I'm not that confident. He goes, but I can't let you come on my stream and say 2-0. He goes, I'm not having that. Even spoke to Twist after. He's like, he goes to me, he goes, last season, he goes, I was never as confident Man U would win as when Forest rolled up to us. He goes, I'm not going to lie to you. I was fully confident. I go, what about now? He goes, I'm not gonna say I'm not confident, but it's not like last year's confidence, And then even
it's hard to get anything out of Twist sort of negative towards Man U, or it's very difficult.
He's such a happy clapper, man. And then I even watched Goldbridge, I think it was yesterday. And again, last year he was like, "Yeah, this is nailed on 3-4-0, easy, da da da." He just didn't sound that confident either. So I don't know what you take out of it, man. I really don't.
How can you be? Seriously, how can you be confident if you're a Man U fan?
Hey!
Hair and makeup done. I'm in.
Well, it sounds good as well. It sounds good.
No,
don't jinx
so
it.
good. So looking good.
Literally, I couldn't be any closer to the fucking router. I can touch it. That's how close I am. It better not cut out now. I'm so annoying.
He's back,
guys,
baby.
Bear with me, guys. If it goes again, you know, it's not me. It's not me. Okay, guys.
It's not
me.
It's not you, over.
Me.
No, we didn't think it was you, Ed. We thought it was perhaps the equipment or whatever. We didn't think you were.
I think I know what it is. Yeah, I think I know what it is. But Nathan, do your thing, man. Nathan, sort this shit out with this.
He's back. He's back. They're all loving seeing you back. Oh,
you don't want to see the actual backdrop.
It doesn't take that long to do that much hair, as he says.
No, he's talking about the hair on his back.
Chris, calm down, man.
Edmund, how are you feeling about tomorrow, matey?
You know what? I'm so confident. I sound like I'm going to be overconfident, and I'm in danger of being cocky to that point. But I don't see anything. I see a win. I mean, I've been conservative with my guesstimation in Predictor League, but that's because I've had a shocker. So whatever I predict is going to go tits up anyway. It's unlike him up there. Anyway, but I'm really honestly, I'm so confident of a win tomorrow and a performance as well. And like I said, I think it's going to be the best atmosphere since we got promoted. I'm glad that I'm sharing it with Ant tomorrow. It's a shame some of the other lads couldn't make it, but I think it's going to be absolutely buzzing tomorrow at City Ground.
Yeah. I agree on that. Yeah.
You didn't ask Kian the atmosphere tomorrow.
Yeah. It's always key. The City Ground. It's not coincidence that we've started losing at home and the atmosphere's been shit. I mean, you could say it's cause and effect. You could say atmosphere's been shit because we've been crap. But we were crap last season a lot of times. Let's be honest. But the crowd absolutely pulled them through. So, yeah, of course. I mean, otherwise, people wouldn't fear going to Anfield. People wouldn't fear going to Newcastle. People wouldn't fear going to Forest, because there's a reason for that, and that is the atmosphere. Even Palace, there's a myth about Palace that people are worried about going to Palace because of their atmosphere, So
I like how you got in the early Anfield reference.
Yeah, well, yeah. It is a myth, but it's still there, you know what I mean?
But we're even starting to see... Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say very quickly, if anyone wants any tips on how to get, towards the top of the Predictor League, this is how I do it, right? I wait for about a minute and a half before the show starts, and I quickly go on. I don't even think about it. I just put them in. That's the best way to do it. Don't think about it, because football's crazy. It'll never work through.
Is that Ant trying to be humble? Well, it doesn't work, Ant.
That's Ant trying to get everyone else off doing their research and stuff. That's what it is, man.
Yeah, exactly. Trolling. I was just going to say, you can we're starting to see the effect of even Kenilworth Road. Luton are looking stronger there now, and we will pick up points there. And no doubts about it, it does play a massive, gives us a massive advantage. And when the City Ground is bouncing, especially on an evening game, it's an amazing place to be, isn't it? So really look forward to it tomorrow.
Just on the atmosphere, Crypto, because I was watching DR Sport earlier on when they were going through their predictions. And one of the first things, what's his name again? Liverpool guy, AGT. Yeah.
AGT, yeah.
Yeah. He was
Liverpool
just like, he's like, I wouldn't fancy going there. And then they were like, what time is it? He's like 5:30. He goes, under the lights. Nah, not for me, It's like, do you feel it when you're there, Crypto, that it just feels different under the lights?
Yeah, I mean, the crowd for me are the 12th man. It makes such a difference. If you've got 30,000 people egging you on and screaming and singing, it's got to kind of give you some adrenaline for sure. Especially when you walk out to Muller Kintyre and you hear those fans, 100% it gives you something extra. It's psychological, isn't it? On the last game, actually, I took my girlfriend's brother to a match. He's not from this country, so he's never been to a Premier League match before. And you can tell, like, his eyes are lit up, and because he's never experienced anything like that. So it's a massive experience, and under the lights, and it's pretty much New Year's Eve. It's gonna be a really good atmosphere. So 100% it will get.
And it's Man U.
And it's Man U. Yeah, you've got the right opponent. Everyone hates Anthony and Ten Hag, so yeah, it's gonna be brilliant. Well, not Forest and Manchester United.
When you said it at first, what have I done?
we all know what you've done. Let's have this before we start kind of getting under the bonnet of it, right? Sai saying Lower Bridgeford best atmosphere in the ground. Let me ask the chat.
No, I don't agree.
What do you think the best atmosphere is? I disagree with Sai.
Atmosphere is good, but the view is awful. The atmosphere is good down there, to be fair.
It's not the best one for me.
I think it's the best.
It's really difficult because wherever you're standing at City Ground, you generally got a good atmosphere around you. So, and obviously other parts of the ground are further away. But I would probably agree. There's something about the Lower Bridgeford. They've really taken it to heart. How it used to be A block, but obviously there's more in the Bridgeford. Yeah, but
it's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
It's not like it used to be.
Yeah, a bit of revisionism from me as well. I've got to admit, actually, I've said this before. Since we got promoted, most of the chants and the atmosphere does start from the Lower Bridgeford end, not necessarily from the A block. So I've got a bit of revisionism.
And everybody's stood up. You're next to the away fans.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting.
There are a lot more people there as well. Quite simply, there's more people in the Bridgeford stand lower than there is in the A block. So, stands to reason. And they got the flags and everything as well, which looks fantastic. So, I would say Lower Bridgeford. But I wouldn't sit there if you paid me.
And the thing you wouldn't sit there, you'd be standing. But the thing that riles people up the most is being 5 foot away from Turner and seeing how crap he is. So you've got that as well. You've got it from both sides.
I don't know. With Upper Trent, I don't mind the view. I get annoyed at the people who used to hit the corrugated metal behind constantly.
Oh, there was a drum last night at the Arsenal match. I thought, fucking hell, please God, don't ever allow a drum in our ground. It was driving me mad. I thought, we're not bloody Germans. What's going off?
I'm still a Daishi man. I still think A block. I'd say the best atmosphere I was ever in was A block against Derby, man. That would
be amazing.
Man, if you were stood in the Trent end at the home game against Liverpool in the European Cup in 1978, you wouldn't even breathe anywhere else, mate. I tell you. That
atmosphere back in the day. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, before the refurb, the Trent end was a place to be for me as well. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Although it probably wasn't that loud for the rest of the ground, because it was covered up and it probably kept a lot of the noise in. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I tell you as well, like something like the Trent end, when they sing, it's fucking loud, but they don't sing all the time. I think that's so. When you talk about atmospheres, are you talking about the loudest? Because Trent end is louder. There's no doubt. Trent end is louder than the rest, but it's not very often. It's only occasionally that they sing. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what as well. I remember this is like a debate even back in the early 2000s, about the acoustics of the ground, because Bridgeford is more enclosed. The sound bounces a lot better, doesn't it? Whereas obviously Trent End's open on either ends, you kind of lose a bit of that enclosure from the noise. But I think once it rocks, once the whole place gets going, that's when it is. That's what it is.
And players and managers and fans of other clubs, they all talk about it, so it must be something special.
Yeah.
The best atmosphere I've been to was the Sheffield playoff. That was amazing, and I was in the main stand for that. Fortunately, I was standing because I can't fit my ass in the main stand seats. But the atmosphere for that was crazy good.
The weirdest one I ever went to, you could say the worst atmosphere was against Millwall when they didn't have their away fans. I don't know if you guys remember that years ago, man.
I remember that.
They got
when
banned.
they got banned for stabbing one of our fans.
Yeah.
Did I mention?
They
Did I
ripped
mention?
up all the pubs, didn't they? They ripped them all up the year before and literally got banned nationwide.
That's what
Did they
Leicester
get banned
did.
nationwide just from Nottingham? I can't remember.
They were banned from a couple of stadiums, but yeah, I do remember that incident because it was the next 2 seasons. I think we banned their fans for the next 2 years.
And that was weird because I remember they equalized quite late, and you could hear those players celebrating with each other.
Billy Painter or someone, I think it was. Some annoying little fucking striker, man.
I hate the war. My old boss used to support him, man. Anyway, let's get.
I think I said it very quickly. I think I said the other day on stream that David Ornstein said that the Forest Arsenal game at the City Ground last season is the best Premier League atmosphere he's ever experienced in his life.
That sounded like it was bouncing, man.
It was.
No, it was.
Yes, I did cheer the Forest goal, by the way.
Barely, mate.
It was bouncing for Ant in the away stand.
I think this is true. I think Sai's right. I'll agree with Sai on this. If the trend ends rocking, then things are going well. Definitely. All right, let's kick this one off, right? Because we didn't really cover off the goalkeeper issue on the last stream because we had so much to talk about. And
or MG Dub, we didn't talk about him either. Really.
Or MG Dub, yeah, we've got a lot still to talk about. Let's start with the goalkeeper. Crypto, seeing that you were so glowing in your praise there to Turner, am I assuming you would like to keep him on?
No, so I'd bring in Big Vlak. I think, Turner wasn't that bad against Newcastle. I thought he was okay. The thing that I don't like is he doesn't seem to have any confidence. I don't know whether it's him or whether it's me as a fan, but he seems like he lacks in a lot of confidence. When we were playing out from the back against Newcastle, it was, it's pretty scary. It looked like one little mistake and it would all kind of turn over. It's not so. I know his saves aren't great, and I know he's been criticised for his saves, but for me, it's more so his kicking. His kicking is awful. I was there at the last home game, and he kicks out to the right, but he kicks it from the right hand side of his penalty box, and 3 or 4 of them just went straight out of play.
Yeah.
So for me, if Vlak doesn't come in, then what does it take for Vlachodimos to actually get a chance? Because if Turner's not on form, then what's Vlak doing there? He may as well leave. If he can't get in the team whilst Turner's having a bad run, then he's never going to get into the team. One thing I would caveat that and say is Nuno was a goalkeeper himself, so I will trust Nuno to make the right decision.
Sure.
If he thinks he can develop Turner into a more confident goalkeeper, then fair enough, go with Turner. So I'd put my trust in Nuno, but from the outside in, it looks like it would be a good time to give Vlak a chance.
But also, I think it's time for us to really look at another goalkeeper. We have to. We need neither of them for me are number 1 goalkeepers. Neither of them. I still think we need it, and I think
we haven't seen Vlak under Nuno though, have we?
Mm-hmm.
We haven't actually seen.
No, we haven't. But I think Vlak is the better of the two, but that's just subjective. That's just me giving my opinion on it. But I still don't see either of them being a confident Premier League goalkeeper. I think it needs to be a priority. I would say that. I would say it's got to be a striker. Obviously, we need forward options still, despite what Chris Wood's done. But for me, a goalkeeper has to be top priority in this transfer window.
You know what? With the current Wood naissance, I would put a new goalkeeper ahead of a new striker, because your goalkeeper, especially when you're a team like Forest that tends to concede more possession than they have, then you need a good goalkeeper. And I don't know who was responsible for bringing in these 2 goalkeepers. I don't like either of them. And I would be really, especially with Nuno being an ex-goalkeeper, I would be really surprised if we don't prioritise a goalkeeper in the January window.
They've just brought on a new goalkeeper coach, haven't they? I think yesterday.
Yes, they have. Oh yeah, that's that. Yeah, Nuno's got his own staffing now. He's got 2 assistant managers. 2 assistant coaches. I think they're all Portuguese.
Yeah, we'll cover that in a second. I just don't want to
never, mate.
from the goalkeeper thing.
But we're not the only ones looking for a goalkeeper in this transfer window, are we? So Newcastle will be looking.
They'll get De Gea, won't they?
Yeah, potentially. So, there are other clubs that are out there. And Jose Sa, I don't know if we want to mention it. His name has been mentioned a couple of times, and he could have come to Forest years ago.
I'd like Ramsdale, to be honest.
Ramsdale was one I'd like. We could
not
get
coming
him.
here.
Yeah,
we couldn't.
Maybe on loan.
On loan, I mean.
Maybe on loan. Maybe if there's no other better offer. I don't mean that disrespectfully towards us, but
I mean, he's a great goalkeeper.
He is at the top level. He is, whether you like him or not. That's where he stands at the moment. But maybe if nobody else can agree terms, just so that he can get into the England squad.
If we want to aim for the top level, then we need top level players.
But it's not us not wanting him. It's not us not wanting him, mate. It's Ramsdale not wanting to come.
Yeah, no, I get your point. I think he would. On the point you've just made about wanting to play for England. Because he's better than Jordan Pickford anyway.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I hate Jordan Pickford. He's such a fucking prick. So.
But at the risk of not falling in love with our loanees again, it's got to be a loan with an option, surely. Otherwise we're going to do the same thing we did with what's his face, who's at Palace now.
Endo.
We don't want to be stuck in that situation again. So anything like that, I'd be looking with an option attached to it. But yeah, I know you said that in the summer, but that's gone. Let's stop. I'm
sorry. Like, shout out to Mike. I love that Mike keeps tabs on what I say and calls me to account. But is there anything I've got wrong, guys? Seriously, I mean, come on. Like, Cooper needed to go so we can see better football. We've seen better football already within 2 games. Yeah. Livakovic should have been the keeper we signed because he was so cheap and so good. That's about it. That's all I've got. But
should have kept Scott.
Livakovic is only because we've not got Henderson, and we should have got Henderson. So it's not like we made a big mistake not getting Livakovic. We got a big mistake not getting Henderson.
Yeah, but the situation wasn't in our favor.
We knew the situation with Hendo, so we shouldn't have put all our eggs in one basket anyway.
Yeah, no, but the guy's playing now.
Keepers. But we were going to
play now, and we've got Vlachodimos and bloody Turner. So
Vlachodimos can play. We were going for
sitting in the treatment room for 3 months and have him now.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, a lot of people in the chat, crypto, is saying they would go for De Gea because he's still not got a club. I'm actually surprised he hasn't got a club. Chat, yes or no? Would you go for De Gea in there? What you said to that, crypto?
If we could afford his wages, then yeah, he'd probably be a good option. I agree again with a lot of people in the chat though about bringing Samba back. Samba for me was the best keeper we've ever had.
Yeah, you're gonna have the same issue with De Gea,
but he won't want to. Yeah, he won't want to come.
De Gea is a great shot stopper, but his distribution is appalling. We're gonna have the same issue.
Yeah, but at least he's a great shot stopper.
Yeah, at least he's got one thing in the bag.
Yeah.
But how much is
Would you rather have a great shot stopper that can't kick or a crap shot stopper that can't kick?
Yeah, but he's another one that doesn't really. Jose Sa for me is top of that list at the moment.
What are you liking about him, Ez? And do you really think there's a chance?
I think there's a chance. So I was looking at an article in Athletic where they were talking about the links that we've had with the what's his name, the super agent.
Mendes.
Mendes. And that relationship's been there since before Marinakis actually took over at Forest. So he was instrumental in some of the backroom team that were brought in under Fawaz, in fact. So we've had this relationship on and off for the last 7 years. And obviously it's got a lot stronger now that his man Nuno's in place. And Jose Sa was another one of those players that was touted that far. We could have got him. We could have, same with Gonzalo. We could have got him in the summer, and look, he ended up going for nearly 90 million euros. So there are strong links with top players because of the agent involved. And Jose Sa is, I don't know if he's still one of his, but he certainly was back in 2016 when he was first touted to come to Forest. So that could be one that's brought up again. I don't know what his contract situation is at Wolves, but Of the ones that the names that have been seen us linked with, he's the one that feels, because I think he's commanding. He's tall. He's good with his feet. He is strong in the air. Comes for crosses, and he's a great shot stopper as well. I think he's got the full package for what we're looking for, and he is a goalkeeper that is better than what we've got right now. So it would take us to a higher level, in my opinion.
Look, we haven't got these players, right? As Jan says, you should watch the Euro qualifier match between Netherlands and Greece, which ended up 1-0. And it was our Greek goalkeeper who kept the team in the match. And on top of that, looking at the chat, 66% would play Vlachodimos ahead of Turner. So we've got what we've got, and is the right choice going to be Vlachodimos? And is he going to do it? Because I don't think he will.
I don't think he will. If we're honest, we're saying Vlachodimos because we've seen Turner. We don't really, let's be honest, we don't really know how good Vlachodimos is. You know, I mean, it's a joke that he's not made a save yet, but he's not made an error either. You know, we just don't really know. I don't really know. To me, it's a flip of a coin. It's a flip of a coin to me. I don't know enough about the Greek guy. You know, apart from we played for Benfica for a long time, which, you know, is not bad. Obviously, Greek international doesn't mean a great deal. I would probably, providing Nuno was happy to do it, I would be happy to see Vlachodimos given a chance. If Nuno's seeing those two in training and he's really not impressed with Vlachodimos, then I have to trust the manager. He is our manager, and he is, more importantly, an ex-goalkeeper.
100%. Yeah, going back to what...
Can I just read out some of the clients that Mendes has got? Cristiano Ronaldo, David De Gea, Jose Mourinho, Diego Costa, James Rodriguez, Yao Felix. He don't mess about, that boy.
Yeah, he hasn't got Ronaldo. Ronaldo's just left him, but other than that, the rest of them, he still has got. And like I say, he's definitely
and of course Nuno Espirito Santo. Of course, there's another client he's got.
But going back, I mean,
Ronaldo left him after he realised how good Chris Wood was. He just swapped him over.
Ronaldo left him when he knew he could get all his money tax-free in Saudi. That's why he doesn't need him anymore. You know, why is he going to give his money away? But going back to what Crypto say, I think that's a key point now. Nuno's a goalkeeper. Was a goalkeeper himself. He's best placed to choose which of the two is ready to be starting for us. And I'll trust his judgment. I'll trust his judgment on everything. Absolutely.
It feels like a while since I've been prepared to trust the judgment of our manager. You know, I'm like almost scared to let go of my pre-built perceptions and be like, you know what, Nuno, you're the man. I trust you. It's hard, man. I'm struggling to let go.
It felt really weird. You know, when I said, you know, I'm trusting the manager, it felt really weird to say it because I've not felt like that for a long time.
Yeah. Let's kick it to the other end of the pitch. Ez, you brought it up earlier. Excuse me, about Morgan Gibbs-White. Night and day for me, mate. Moving him 10 yards to the left and 5 yards back. Like, is he back, or are we maybe just a false dawn here under a new manager bounce?
I'm seeing a different MG Dub to what we saw even last season at his best. That was it was a complete performance from him. And in many ways, and everyone's going on about Chris Wood, but the key relationship on that pitch on Tuesday was between MG Dub and Elanga. The way them two linked up made everything else possible. So if you can get them two linking together, and again, Callum Hudson-Odoi as well, he will get his time. I mean, I've got my ideas on what I do with our setup for tomorrow, but definitely for me, that is the key spot. So MG Dub is going to finally be the MG Dub that we've been hoping for. I don't think even we've seen anywhere close to his best, and Tuesday was a glimpse of that. I'm really excited. I'm really excited because I saw that when he had the time and space, he made the right decisions as well. He wasn't rushing his decisions. He wasn't doing his tricks and flicks. Because Cooper couldn't get that out of him. He was doing it up until the last game he played for Steve Cooper. Nuno's obviously had a word with him. Nuno's had a positive effect on him, and you can clearly see it. It's the kind words he said about him, saying, look, you know, I knew him as a 16-year-old. Now he's turned into a man. And he said all the right things. And he's obviously, for what we're hearing in front of the camera, imagine what he's saying to him behind the camera. And MG Dub, as we know, we've been privy to know, he is somebody who needs love. You know, he needs to be the key figure. And If you can do it, not just say things, but actually put him in a position where he is the key man, where he is the one who's pulling the strings, and it adds substance to what you're saying behind the scenes. You know, I mean, I'm just my last point on Cooper. There was so much hot air and, you know, platitudes and saying things for the sake of saying it, but there's very little substance behind it. I'm seeing substance from what Nuno's saying. He's saying the right things, but you can see he's backing them up as well. It's not just sound bites and, you know, and clippable comments and things like that. He means what he says, and clearly, if he's doing that in front of the camera, imagine what he's doing behind the camera. So I'm really excited to see what we can get out of MG Dub. He is going to be the MG Dub that we've been hoping to see these last couple of years.
Yeah, just for I kick it across, Paul did see it earlier. I just didn't want to break the flow of the conversation. Thank you so much for the gifted. That went to Bulldog, and he's already thanked you for it. So big up to Paul. Big up to Bulldog as well, joining the family. And look, we still can't glaze over MGW shooting. Even though he was playing well, he missed 2 sitters, didn't he? 2 absolute sitters. And you know, first minute, well, was it 3 minutes in? He made his own chance by pressing highly and getting the ball, and then drags his shot wide. And for me, the other one was the header very early on in the second half. Are you confident Nuno can address his finishing? Because in the Championship for Sheffield, he was brilliant at finishing. Yes, that's a different level, but it just doesn't feel like it's quite there for me yet.
Yeah, the goals don't move, do they? Whatever level we're at, the goals don't move. I'm hoping that feeling comfortable in the position he's going to be playing in, his confidence gradually, because your confidence has got to be hit if you're being shoved out in a position you're not happy with. It's got to be. So hopefully bringing him back to where he should be will give him that confidence. And hopefully he can... See, I don't think a manager can... He can't make you a better scorer. He can't make you a better shooter.
Chris
Wood. You can make your practice. Yeah. So, you know, every day Morgan spend 20 minutes practicing your shooting. He could do that. But that's within the player himself. Yeah. The only thing is the mental side of it. If he can become more stronger mentally, he might be better. I hope so, because I've been a big critic of MGW, but not his talent. I've always said he's got talent. He just wasn't using it correctly. And I think from what we've seen, it's a very small sample size, but it seems to be an immediate impact that Nuno's had, and he looks like a proper player straight away. And that can only be a benefit to Nottingham Forest, because, you know, tomorrow, for example, he can be massive in that game tomorrow. Massive in that game tomorrow. It's because one thing you've got to give Morgan is he doesn't stop running. He doesn't stop trying. You know, you can't ever fault him for that. And against this Man Utd team, they don't seem to want to run, and they don't seem to want to try. You know what I mean? I'm not sure he'll be near midfield. It'll probably be Mainu, won't it? So a young lad, Mainu. He looks good, but it's still a young
Mainu
lad.
and Ericsson probably.
And Ericsson, he'll absolutely run ring around Ericsson. You know what I mean? And if we've got somebody like Dominguez in there to clamp down on Ericsson, he won't be effective. You clamp on Ericsson, he's not effective. He's not press resistant or anything like that. He's very creative, obviously.
Go on, Ben. What were you about to say?
Well, can I just finish off by saying one of the chaps, I can't remember who it was, in the chat said, don't forget Cooper was responsible for being MGW in. No, this man was responsible for bringing MGW in.
And actually, if you read the article in Athletic,
it was theirs.
It was what thingy? It was the agent. He actually got it across the line, so he actually got that MG Dub deal done. So that's how
Mr.
much
Marinakis not splashing the money out, he wouldn't be here, would he?
Yeah.
Well, that's true, but yeah, they were stumbling on that contract. They couldn't get it over the line, so yeah, he got it over. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, no. So on MGW, there must be a part of him that can take a decent shot, because he's our penalty taker, and he seems to do all right on those. I know it's a dead ball situation, but if he's our primary penalty taker, you'd think that he could take a shot from within the box. The thing I like about MGW at the moment, though, is he's playing so well as a playmaker that he almost doesn't need to score for me. If Chris Wood is on fire and Elanga's on fire scoring, then why do we need to put added pressure on Morgan Gibbs-White after everything he does for the team in the match? Why do we need to put that added pressure on him? I don't think we do.
I think he should be putting that pressure on himself. He should surely be putting that.
He doesn't need. Maybe, but he's
you
playing.
You
so
need your
well.
midfielders to contribute. You do. Any team needs your midfielders to contribute, and
Yeah,
he gets himself into such good positions. He should be finishing them off. And
I agree that some of his shots are a bit wayward, but he's also, one of our best playmakers, if not the best playmaker in our team. So although I agree that he should be finishing some of his chances off, I don't want to put too much pressure on him. I also think he's really stepped up as a captain based on what Ant's just said. Like the way you can see the passion and the effort he puts into everything, running up and down the pitch all day long. So I think the captaincy maybe was the right move, and I think he's really showing that now. What I was going to say earlier is about Man United players. They don't do that. They don't need to run, and that's why I've signed a 5-year contract with them.
You'd fit right into that midfield, mate. No problem.
Yeah, definitely. That's where I'd be attacking them tomorrow, to be honest. I wouldn't be attacking their fullbacks. I think if it's Wan-Bissaka and Dalot, I don't think that's going to be our best option to get in. I think it would be right down the middle and attacking their centre midfielders and their centre backs. Because who's it likely to be? Varane and the Irish guy, what's his name?
Evans. The thing is, Dalot often gets caught up the pitch, so that's one wing that you can definitely get down. Wan-Bissaka less so, and he is a good one-on-one defender, as you know. But Dalot, he does come up the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's.
How do you see it?
I still think the width is the way it is, because that's the Nuno way. You know what I mean?
Would you think we'll get the opportunities though on the wing?
I think Ant's right. Dalot gets caught higher up the pitch. He's not a natural left back. He's only covering for. I mean, Luke Shaw might be back in tomorrow. I don't think he will be, but he's a fat bastard as well. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, man. I'm getting a little nervous, but I want to move it forward and talk about the central midfield players. Just quick shout out to Visual Joker. Hey, 1 year anniversary, Visual. Thank you so much. Being a member for 12 months. And I think it's Emma in the chat. Emma, you sent us an email about the WhatsApp stuff. Just haven't had a chance to reply back to you on email, but I promise we will get you back. Hopefully Emma's still in here. I think I saw her earlier. Yeah. Chat, let's get on to the tough question, because we know Sangare's out, suspended. So let's start with Ant. And who are the two? 6 and 8. This one, and I think this for me is the critical call. He's got to get it right. He's got to get this balance right.
Right. I know what my answer is. But just before I say that, can I just say I had a look at the team we put out against Newcastle, and we're all in a bit of a panic about the African Cup of Nations. There were only actually 3 African players in that team, and they were all relatively easily replaced. Aina was one. Well, we've got Toffolo. Niakate was another. We've got dozens of centre backs, and obviously,
don't glaze over that. Who?
Well, we've got Bolly. Oh no, he's good as well. Shit.
You idiot.
Amadama Belly. Oh,
Don't say Worrell. Don't say Worrell.
No, I'm not saying Worrell.
McKenna.
No, not McKenna either.
No, definitely don't say McKenna.
Felipe. We'll get him out on his wheelchair.
I hope so.
And but you get my point. The other one was Sangare, and we've got Mangala. So although we don't want to lose these players, we're not quite as bad off as we might fear. Hopefully, as long as we don't get any more injuries. Anyway, Mangala and Dominguez.
Why?
Because Mangala, I think, is a decent. What's the word? Destroyer. And okay, his passing's not his longer passing is virtually non-existent, but he can just pass the ball out, or in wherever he needs to go. Short passing is okay. And Dominguez, because he's the king of the press, and I want Eriksen pressed to hell. I want Minu pressed to hell. that midfield, if we can control that midfield, it gives us lots of options. Because then you got MGW as well that could spray it out either wide or through to Chris Woods. It's all there. It's all ready. So Mangala and Dominguez, because they're both solid players who tackle hard and get stuck in and run around, but they've got quality as well.
Can I throw a curveball? And Mangala is quite defensive.
Yeah.
That's my whole point. He's the sitting one. He's the Sangare replacement.
Yeah,
but Sangare was on fire last match. He was going forward, making through balls.
He's not there, is he? If he was there, I'd pick him.
But that's why I'm worried. That's why I'm worried. Have we Mangala? As much as I love him, he can break the play up, but he doesn't turn it over into a counter.
Doesn't matter. You've got MGW coming back to receive the ball. You've got Dominguez to his left. You've got the right wing back Montiel to pass it out to. You don't need a defensive midfield to always be the one that's spraying balls about and running through defense. It's nice if you have, like Sangare can do, but we haven't. So you make do. And Mangala is more of that. Mangala's been our best midfielder this season. So
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm talking about the attributes that Sangare brings, because I think the reason MGW looked so good,
he's not there.
I know, and I'm saying, how do we replace him? That's the question.
I'm saying Mangala, you're not going to replace Sangare like for like, are you? Because we've not got another player like that. So you have to change the way you play. And what I'm saying is, in my opinion, that Mangala is the best CDM type player we've got at the club when Sangare is not available.
We do.
I don't have any worries about Mangala at all.
Mike's hit the nail on the head. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
He's not going to do that. He's not going to do it.
But so Crypto, then what would you go if you're saying Mangala's too defensive?
Yeah.
So I'd go with the same. I'd go with Mangala and Dominguez. However, I don't think that's what Nuno will go for. I think he might drop a Yates in there or Danilo. You could arguably go, Danilo, Dominguez, but then it's almost like you're not really playing a CDM. That's too attacking for me. You've got to have some cover in the midfield, and for me, Mangala is that player. He's been one of our best players all season, but I do agree that he's the trait that he doesn't have, like Sangare, is that he doesn't tend to turn the ball over going forwards. Do you know what? The person who I think is probably most like that, who's kind of defensive and attacking, is probably Yates. He's not the same level as them, but Yates is the type of person to sit back and tackle, but also try and push the ball forward.
I can see Yates coming in tomorrow. I genuinely
can as well. But
I can as well. Yates is not disciplined enough, though, is he? He runs about all over the shop.
Yeah,
he'll annoy United, though, won't he?
I think from I think from a suspensions point of view, it now it's extended. So you get past game week 19. It was 5 up until then. I think it goes up to 8 or 10 now. So he's not at risk of being suspended, but he will definitely ruffle some feathers. And maybe you need somebody like that to upset a Mainu or Ericsson. I think I think we need a shithouse tomorrow. I think we do, and I think Yates will do the job. And I've got a feeling he will pair him up with Mangala. I think that'll be the two that Nuno goes with tomorrow. I don't know if you guys.
My issue, though, as with Yates playing, is I have flashbacks to the goal Rashford scored. I think it was at the City Ground last year. He runs through him and Worrell, and no one laid a glove on him. And that was within the first 5 minutes. I can't remember which game.
No, it wasn't him and Worrell. It was bloody the Ghost.
Freuler.
Yeah, it was Freuler. It was Freuler he danced.
Yeah, but as Freuler was played in his wrong position all season.
True.
Well, that's true, but that's not the point on that particular goal. He was literally walked right past him. But it was him and Worrell, yeah. He got in between. I think if I remember correctly. Yeah. It was definitely Freuler. Freuler was definitely one of them.
Chat, who was it? You'll remember better than me. What I'll say though, just going back to sorry, Yates. Are you saying your two would be who?
Yates and Mangala, and I think that's what he'll go with as well.
I just don't see the creativity in that.
No, I don't either. I think it means MG Dub coming deeper to get the ball, but I just think it's kind of similar to what Rob said the other day. You need a couple of bouncers and MG Dub, basically. And I think that's what he'll go with. But you're right about the lack of creativity, but I think MG Dub will be coming deep to get the ball tomorrow anyway. I think we'll see that. I think the guys will be more narrow. I don't think it'll be so wide. Sorry, go on, Nan. Jump in.
No, it's all right, mate. I really want to see Dominguez back in that side. I really do. Look, Dominguez, I agree with what you said. I think it will possibly be Yates in there. And I don't have a massive problem with that. I just don't think he's the best man for the job. I think Dominguez is such a better player. And he's just as tenacious as Yates. Personally, I can't see why people would be undecided about it.
What about
what you think? I don't know what you think, Wolfie, since it's your show.
I was going to say, if Morgan Gibbs White does have to put that added work in to run back even deeper, which is going to knacker him out after 70 minutes, there is the potential to swap MGW off after the 70th minute to bring Dominguez in as a cam.
I don't think Dominguez's role is a cam. Look, I'm gonna put a name out there. Well, first I'm gonna put Jay's name out there. Thanks so much for becoming a member, Jay. Yeah, absolute legend. Jay. And Wazza with the £3 super sticker. Love you, bro. Thank you so much. And Marky Boy, 16 months, Marky Boy. Thank you so much for
that. Granddad.
16 months. OG Mark OG. Look, I'm just gonna, and Laurie's already on the case that Rob's gonna be making clipping notes. Oh, man. Did you not like that feature from Rob or not? Should we keep it in there? Own your comments. Look, I want to chuck a name out there. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think it would suit him in this game. Santos. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Santos and Dominguez or Santos and Danilo. I don't want to see it, guys. I kind of want to see it.
Yeah, we do, but I can't. We've seen no glimpse of him, so I wouldn't be too eager to see him tomorrow, to be honest. I'd rather play the players who are going to be there. And I think he wants to reduce his squad, and I don't think he's going to be bringing in somebody who's likely to go the next game. So I can't see it happening, but if it was going to happen, we should have seen glimpses of him sooner.
Yeah, it's a big match, isn't it? To drop Santos in after his lack of Premier League experience, it would be a massive step up. I just wanted to say as well, after because Rob's not here to defend himself, which is perfect. When if we go back to the first stream Rob was on, he actually said the words, "I would rather get relegated with Cooper than have a new manager." So if Rob's going to clip us again in the future, he can. What did he say? Own that comment.
Own your comment.
Own your comment.
Shocking take from Rob. That is shocking take, man.
I
didn't realise that. I wish you had told me before that, because I'd have had it ready to roll, mate.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you haven't clipped him up yet, Crypto. A couple more just to shout out Jan. We love our Jan, our very own Jan up in
nice one, Jan.
In the what was it? Scandinavia up there, isn't it? Yeah. Thank you so much for the 50. Appreciate the super sticker, bro. And then this is so confusing. Joe Lolly's been a member for 2 months. And Joe Lolly's been a member for a month. He became a new YouTuber. So much, I don't know how that's worked.
Something dodgy going off here. I'm taking my something dodgy going off.
You know what it is? It's the whole time zone from Australia, because he's it's confused it. And as Robbie said, it was disgraceful for Rob. Once he said that, he lost the argument, didn't he? Okay. And is there any chance, and I've been mulling this over pretty much all day today, that Nuno's going to throw a curveball and switch it up to a 3-4-3 tomorrow, just to really spice it up? Can you see that happening at all?
Yeah, there's a chance, because I was absolutely... Well, just going back to Santos, there's not a chance he's going to play. He's going back in a week's time. There's no point. I'd have loved to have seen him, but it ain't happening, sadly. Yeah, I mean, I was absolutely flabbergasted when the team sheet come out for Newcastle. I thought, what is this? What's going on here? Hang on, let me put him in the order again. I must have got this wrong, So it's amazing because everybody and his dog, including me, and I'm sure you as well, said 3 at the back is his thing. Well, apparently not. So there's always a possibility, but why would he change it after that result and that performance against Newcastle? Why would you change it? That's my answer to it. I'd be very surprised if he changed it. I think he'll stick to 4.
You know what I'm saying though? It's like, is he just becoming a one-trick pony? Not that I mind this one trick. I love the 4-2-3-1. Yeah. I don't think he changes it, but I've got a weird feeling that he's thinking about it, maybe just to test different formations out, maybe flood the midfield a bit more against Man U. I don't know.
He might, like I say, he might do. Who knows? Because I wasn't expecting what he's done so far, so I can't predict what he's going to do coming forward. You know what I mean? And that's quite exciting. I do trust him, though. I think he knows how to set a team up. I think that's been shown already. He certainly knows which players play better in which positions. You know, these are all good signs. Yeah. So I'm not expecting a change, but I wouldn't be that surprised if we did go to a back 3. But like I say, we've won away from home with a good performance. Why would he want to change it?
There's nothing to say that he has to change it before the match either. You know, it could be when we're 7-0 up, you go to a 5-back.
Love it.
Yeah. Could happen. Yeah.
What are you thinking? Is stick with the same formation?
I think it's almost impossible to guess because that was 6 changes from the Bournemouth game to the Newcastle game, and it still worked fluidly. So I wouldn't write anything off. I'd be loath to change it, but it worked for the setup. Certainly worked for the opposition, and he definitely targeted their weaknesses. A similar thing, and I think it'll be nice to see a manager having options that work, not just changing things for the sake of changing things. And I think Nuno's a man with a plan. So anything he does, I think I'll get behind. Certainly, I wouldn't write it out for him to change to a 3-back. But I said that just of late in his last 3 or 4 years as a manager, he's preferred the 4-back when he's got 4. A back 4 that he can rely on. So he does actually prefer that formation in his most recent outings, but I wouldn't be surprised. Genuinely wouldn't, and I think it's very hard to even try and guess what lineup's going out tomorrow. I think we'll all have certain aspects that are right, but I think that middle 2 is key. If he does stick with a 2 in midfield, it's key, and I think we might be surprised. I think we might be surprised there more than anywhere else.
Crypto, do you think he's seen? Do you think we've got the start of the foundations of his first 11, or do you still expect to see some kind of people who are been out in the cold, or maybe fringe players coming in and being tested? Because it's hard for him, isn't it? He's only had 5-6 training sessions now, and he's still got to have a look at all these players. And we know in January he wants to cull loads of them. So do you expect? Maybe we're thinking there's not going to be wholesale changes for tomorrow, but with the amount of players he's got to look at, is there a chance it's going to happen?
I mean, personally, I think it'll be a similar team, but there will be some changes in there. I think we could tell from the last match that he wanted to know what Dominguez was like, but he didn't really get enough time. So comparing to Dominguez and Danilo is quite a big one for me. He's also got to think about the wing backs. We've got loads of wing backs or full backs, whatever you want to call them. He's got to find his best players there. So yeah, there probably will be a few changes again tomorrow. I don't think there'll be 6 changes, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's 2 or 3, and then maybe the goalkeeper as well. But I think it'll be the same formation. I can't imagine him changing the formation. That would be another drastic change. I personally would prefer a settled team with an almost guessable lineup going forward, as opposed to chopping and changing it each week, because that's what we had under the previous regime, and it wasn't working, was it? It was just constant changes. I think you've got to find your starting 11, and then you can play around with the substitutes during the match when you're 2 or 3 goals up with 20 minutes left. Just don't bring Worrell on, because that's what happened against Luton.
This is why I think he's got a bit more. He's got a bit more license, because even the former manager's most loyal fans were saying that after 17 games, he didn't have a clue who his best starting 11 was. So I think the fact that we've had to change it around, well, the former managers changed it around so much. I think it gives Nuno a bit more license to do that, and I don't think anybody would expect otherwise. If we see the performances as we've seen in the last 2 games, then nobody's going to be against it. But I agree with Crypto. Maybe 2 or 3 changes tomorrow from the starting lineup against Newcastle. But he wants to get a team settled down sooner rather than late. And the spine of a team has got to be the key thing. So it will be, I think one of the most interesting decisions tomorrow is the goalkeeper in terms of what he decides to go with for the short term, because I genuinely think he's got to give them both a chance before he decides whether he's going to go out and get another goalkeeper for a start. You know, it would be remiss of him to start looking for others when he hasn't seen Vlachodimos play. So maybe tomorrow we see that change, but 2 or 3 changes maybe from Newcastle and not too much more than that, because we do need to start seeing a settled team for sure.
What do we do about the fullbacks, Ant? Because I thought
Did you see me pursing my lips then? I was just about to say, would you bring Toffolo in for Aina? I was literally just about to say that.
Well, I'm going to ask you that question because, are you saying as well you'd keep Montiel at right back?
I'd keep Montiel. Yeah.
Okay.
No doubt in my mind I'd keep Montiel. He had a good game, in my opinion, against Newcastle. He's good going forward, and he can defend. The guy's tenacious, good. Yeah. So I'd definitely keep Montiel in. And I would actually bring Toffolo in for Aina. Aina's started off like a house on fire. I think he just needs to get his shit back together again. And he seems to have, I don't know, he just seems to have lost a bit. You know what I mean? He seems to be prone to making errors, and you can't afford to do that, you know, especially when we want to beat them scum tomorrow. So I don't want any mistakes tomorrow. So, yeah, I would go, Montiel and Toffolo would be my preferred.
To Aina, and because I don't think it was a penalty, but it was given. So
it wasn't a penalty for me either. Yeah.
I agree, but he just looked very shaky defensively for me, and he has done in the last couple of matches. But literally 3 weeks ago, we were saying he's the best free signing in the history of football ever. You know,
so better than Lodi, and people saying better than Lodi and all sorts.
Not me. Nothing else.
I am actually starting to wonder. Starting to worry now that was a little bit of those first 2 or 3 games were a little bit of a flash in the pan. You know what I mean?
Purple.
Since it's been a little while now when he's been putting stinkers in. So maybe this is the true free transfer Aina, not the one that we thought we'd sign. Maybe. Listen, I'm not chucking him out, but
sounds like you are.
He needs to work his way back in. He needs to wait for his chance, in my opinion. Toffolo done nothing wrong, deserves that left back spot, and he's going to have to wait for Toffolo to come off tired or an injury, or prove himself again. Yeah.
What about Nico Williams?
He was like the first name on the team sheet 3 weeks ago, wasn't he? Nico, I like Nico as well, actually. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, can we have Nico?
Right, but you're saying as a left back, Ben?
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm saying, what about Williams? I mean, I agree with Ant. I'd have Toffolo and Montiel, but there is an argument to start Williams because he's been playing really well.
Yeah, but he's been playing really well as a right wing back, not a right back.
Yeah.
So what are you saying? Were you considering him here for right back or left?
Was it when he came on against Bournemouth? He was a right back, and he still had a decent 25 minutes or so. Yeah. So I think it's interesting because the wing backs or full backs do look like some of the most progressive players in terms of people who've got better this season. So whoever's coaching them, probably Stephen Reid, has done a really good job.
Stephen Reid,
he's trying to get in his good books. So just go
upstairs. Can I ask Crypto a question? I know that Rashford's not been on fire this season. In fact, he's been shit, man. He's been crap. Elanga at the moment, even Flex said at the moment, I think it was Flex that said it, wasn't it? That Elanga at the moment.
I told you anyway. Elanga was going to be our best player.
Better than Rashford at the moment, right now.
Yeah, Nick admitted
who would you prefer to be facing? Rashford, Montiel, or Nico Williams as at right back?
It's a good question. I'd probably say Nico Williams because I think he's a little bit more physical than Montiel.
Nah.
Personally, I'd go Montiel, but it's only an opinion, isn't it?
When you say more physical, if you said he was a bit faster, then I would have agreed with you. But I don't think he's more physical than Montiel. But I think Montiel's got no lack of pace either. I don't think he's a slow coach.
Oh no, I think Montiel's great. I think Nico Williams is a bit better at tracking back and getting the ball off people.
He's got better, but I still think he's lacking a little. I mean, that's just my opinion.
They're different players for me. Montiel is more attacking. Nico Williams is kind of 50-50, has both things in his locker.
Personally, I think Montiel's a better tackler.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm still not convinced by Williams' defending. Someone mentioned, sorry, I can't see who it was, that as a winger, I prefer Nico Williams as a winger or right midfielder. I think there's more to be got out of him than in defense. Now, would I consider him? Would I consider him at left back? Maybe.
Just trolling everyone in the comments.
Yes. Enough said. Anyway, so that's what I think. Okay, let's talk about Manchester United. Ez, are you scared of any of their players?
Not scared, but the only one who bothers me a little bit is Garnacho. I think he's the real threat tomorrow for me. But other than that, I think if it depends, obviously, how we set up. It's all about us. We shouldn't be worrying about the opposition. And I think that mentality under Nuno is what's going to come to the fore. It's about us. We shouldn't be worrying about them too much. But for me, he's starting to hit form now. He's starting to get a run of games. He's certainly better than Anthony, and he seems to be taking that right hand side and having Rashford on the opposite. So the two of them are a threat. Fortunately, just Rashford's record against us is a pain in the arse. So he is obviously a threat from that point of view. But for me, Garnacho is a danger man. I don't know if Crypto you agree or disagree about, or anyone else you've got in mind.
Yeah, apart from Anana, I'd say Garnacho. He's the only one that really threatens us, I think.
Who's Anana threat to us or them?
I think Anana's going to score maybe a few own goals just to start us off in the first 20 minutes, and then we'll go from there. I do have to shout out how they played in the second half though against Villa, because they did look better, and I know they're not consistent. I mean, clearly from that match they weren't consistent, but they did look a bit frightening on the attack in the second half against Villa.
But Villa
threw it away. Yeah, they threw it away.
Hey, wait your turn. Because I was ready to make that point. I know what point you're going to make it, and I was just about to make it. I was going like that.
Okay.
Villa,
go on.
Ridiculously high line. Forest won't be doing that. And when you've got people like Garnacho who's quick, you've got Rashford who's quick. They're probably Højlund's okay. Then if you're playing a high line, you're asking for trouble. We won't be playing a high line.
Yeah, it's such a stubbornness.
I thought the same, Ben. I thought when they played second half, and then it was only afterwards when I analysed. I thought, well, hang on a second, we're not going to be playing on the halfway line with our bloody defense.
How can Emery be so stubborn? You're 2-0 up, you're comfortably 2-0 up as well. Yeah. It wasn't like us where we basically sat back and let them come at us as soon as we
first 10 minutes.
And yet he doesn't want to rest. I mean, you kind of dodge a bullet with a manager like that, don't you? Because
that's why I keep saying he's good in cups, but in the league, forget him. He can't do it in the league because you need to adapt and be consistent in the league. In the cups, you can win a cup.
They're in the top 4.
No, I can.
You can't. They're in the top 4.
Yeah, they are in the top 4.
And they are Aston Villa.
We're halfway through the season. I'm talking about consistency.
This time last year, and where were they this time last year? 17.
They were bottom, second from bottom.
17.
He's better than Stephen Bleeding Gerrard, mate. I'm not saying.
All right, but you're saying he can't do it in the league. Yet he's taking it from 17th into a title race. Yeah. I know they're not in it.
Yeah.
You can't just say he's a good manager.
No. I agree. He will get you challenging, but he will never win it. He did it with Valletta.
Just like Arsenal.
We still forgetting with Aston Villa, they're up there. They're still Aston Villa, isn't it? We're not talking about Man City.
What I'm saying is, No, what I'm saying is I'm not saying he's a crap manager. Please don't misquote me. I'm saying he'll never get you over the line because he refuses to compromise. And Brian Clough, Alex Ferguson, Pep Guardiola, they're all compromised at some point to make sure they get the points. He won't. A bit like Postecoglou.
Yeah, but you could argue him not compromising has got them into fourth because he's had the balls to take the game.
Yes, but if he did compromise, they might be first.
Yeah, but
Postecoglou won't compromise. It's the same issue.
You can't say he's a cup manager and not a league manager.
He's a cup manager. Look at his record. Look at his record. Look at his record.
Either way, overachieving.
Frozen in anger.
His record. He's never won a title. He's won loads of cups. What does that tell you? Anyway,
okay,
we're not here to discuss Emery, are we? Let's be honest. We're not here to discuss Emery.
All right, fine. Anyway, what were you not saying? 'Cause I had to go fix the toilet.
I think we were saying Emery out.
Well, we're talking about the danger men tomorrow, and I think Garnacho's the one, and maybe Rashford if you give him the time and space. Just because of his record, he's a bit of a jinx against us. Not that he's any good; he's been awful this season. We had to donate a bloody penalty to get him off the mark. He's been awful this season, but as has Hernandez. Fernandez or whatever you want, or Fernandes, whatever you want to call him. He's been off a boil, but Garnacho seems to be the most consistent player at the moment in their attacking lineup.
Those crappy, not the crappy players, but the prima donnas they have always seem to show up against Forest. Ericsson last season,
big stadium, innit? That's why. Sorry,
it's freaking. Even that ferret showed up. Even goddamn Anthony scored against us, man. This is what I hate about Man U.
Yeah, disgraced.
But new era, Nuno era, and all that.
New mentality, definitely. Honestly, I've never been so confident going into a Man U game since.
I'm the same. Andy is as well. He's putting his hands over the face, but he is as well. And
that
it's a bit scary.
Me, man. Why can't you understand that? Chat, are you like confident? Are you like cockily confident? Yes or no? Because this worries me, man. Because Forest do Forest things, Nuno or not, man. Nuno or not, it worries me.
No. Not with Nuno, mate.
The thing is with Man U, they've got these players, haven't they, that they can pull something out of the bag every now and again. That they've not got a good team. They have not got a good team, but they've got individuals that can just pull. So, I mean, Bruno Fernandes, everybody hates the guy. That's nothing special. Yeah. But have you seen some of the passes he does? I mean, it sickens you. You know what I mean? He is actually brilliant. His passing. That part of his game is sublime, the passing part. And then you've got Rashford, who's been shit all season, but he can shoot from 30 yards and get one into the top corner. Yeah. Garnacho, overhead kick from the edge of the box. Even Højlund scored a goal. And all the fans are wetting themselves over it. So, you've got individuals.
You do realise that by the time we play tomorrow, we could potentially be in the relegation spot.
Oh, great! Here we go.
Oh, here comes If
Luton were to beat Chelsea,
he wanted something to bring you down.
True.
We could potentially start the game off in relegation.
Wait, what time did Everton play? Are they at 3?
3, yeah. Luton 12:30, Everton Wolves 3, and then Forest at 5:30.
Okay, now you.
If there's ever a time to beat Man United, it's tomorrow.
But yeah. Thanks for that. Brandon says that's kind of depressed me, man. I feel like we're back in freaking grumpy old Reds, not happy old Reds, man. I prefer being a whore.
And if you look at Man U, for all their trials and tribulations, they're 6th, 7th in the table, 31 points. Is it?
Yeah,
that's because they didn't compromise on
brown envelopes. All right, let me
win or lose, don't they?
You love. I prefer to
win. We've got to win tomorrow, man. We've got to win.
No
I feel for Wolfie. It's bad enough for us, but imagine having a best mate that's a Man U fan.
29 years I've been waiting.
And Rob Jones is on.
You know what? When you were talking about, I thought that's a bit disingenuous because we've been in the Championship for 23 bloody years of them. It's a bit like, you're not beating us for 30 years, you know.
It's not disingenuous, it's facts. We haven't won. They've won 11 in a row against us. I hate them so much, man.
Yeah, but to say that we've not beaten them at home since 1992 is a bit disingenuous because we've not played them since 1992.
Someone brought that up. I think that was Jan. Yeah, so take your beef with Jan. I didn't bring that stat up.
But it's
That's
the Nuno era.
Between me and my friend Jan.
Can somebody in the chat check this out? Because I don't know what Nuno's record is against Man U, but his record against Newcastle.
I know it.
Do you know it?
Yeah, why do you think I haven't said it? Why do you think I haven't said it?
Okay. Well, he hadn't lost a game against Newcastle ever, so that was a key thing.
Well, now you've put the cat up.
Living in the past.
I better tell everyone. Nuno's faced Man U 10 times.
Yeah.
He's lost 4, drawn 4, and won 2. How does that make you feel, Ez?
That's fine.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's better record than we've got in the last 10 games or 11 games against them.
What's Cooper's record against Man U, just as a matter of interest?
Wait, 5+5, yeah. Oh, God, no.
How many goals for and how many goals against?
Yeah, exactly.
They scored, how many were it? Cooper in the last year has lost 13-2 against Man U. 13-2. As Nick keeps telling me, man. Oh crap!
We need to.
I know they're all
mate.
shit in the chat, man. Look at them; they're all panicking now. Why did you bring that up, Ez? Do you not think I would have thrown that in Flex space today?
I wanted to bring up his Newcastle record because I didn't know it until during the game when they mentioned it.
That's not a bad record against Man U when you consider what Man U have been. He's only lost 4 out of 10. That's not bad.
Exactly. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Actually, it's better than our last 10.
Do you know how high?
Yeah, he got none out of the last 10.
Do you know how high my credibility will be if we win 2-0 after I've said 3-1 to Newcastle, man?
Yeah, so that's what makes me want us not to win. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, but Elanga's going to score. It's written in the stars.
Yes.
And who else? Was it
100%.
MG? You said the other one.
MG, I reckon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a stretch, I know, but
I've gone 1-0. I've gone conservative.
Look, I might not get the scores right. You got 2-1.
You gave him a goal, didn't you? Yeah.
Why would you?
Yeah,
do
because
that?
we always let goals in.
All right, I want to ask this fun question before we get into predictions, right? And chat, play along. This is my favorite question to ask people, right? Name me the 2 players that play for Manchester United that you would love to punch in the face.
Easy.
Only 2.
Done already.
Only 2.
Bruno Fernandes, because he looks like the rat who runs around my bins outside. And Ten Hag, I know he's not a player, but I still want to punch him in the face just because Twist loves him.
Oh, can I go next?
You know, if you pinch mine, you're in trouble.
I'm going to pinch one of yours because I think I'm surprised.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. Well, I'm surprised.
Oh, Anthony, I forgot about him.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Go on. Who are your 2?
Anthony's got to be one of them, and just because of his slab head, it's got to be Maguire, mate. It would. Oh, that would be satisfying.
Ed, you said you'd rather have Maguire over Worrell.
Well, who wouldn't? But I didn't say that.
Well, and if he's going to slap Slabhead, what do you think you'd do to Worrell?
What I get is even Emma's getting violent. Emma, you're meant to be a lady, Emma. Just
ladies thing.
Even Mark, who's the biggest teddy bear you could come across, he wants to punch Anthony and Garnacho. And
what about you know what? You know who actually deserves it on recency bias? Hoyland. Why did he cry after scoring? Had he just been to lay flowers at the City ground for Cooper?
Yeah, but
Can I get
crying for scoring a goal? It's your fucking job, man.
I've not said mine yet.
Wait,
Incidentally, me and my brother have got a list of footballers we'd like to slap.
Wait, before we say yours, let's do some of the chat. Chapo's saying Anthony and Garnacho. Jonathan's going short and sure. Bloody hell. Are you sure, mate? Are you sure? Let's have a look. What else we got? Cujo's got Bruno and Maguire. Silverwave's going Fernandez, what a whiner. Jay saying rat and that twat Garnacho plus Anthony's putting a free one in. Good these are all good lists. I can't argue. I can't argue with them. Nigel saying Fernandez and Anthony. Robbie just wants to punch 3 Man U players.
We forget because he's been out for a while. Who's their centre back? Martinez. Oh, he could get a thump in. I'm telling you.
Man, you've got so many punchable players.
Like, where do we start?
He'd be perfect for you to punch because you could punch straight at him. You wouldn't be punching.
I could punch down.
Yeah. I was gonna say Martinez is so small. If Ez punched him, his hand would go over his head.
We got Ziad, who's a Man U fan in here. Chat, you know what to do with him. He's saying they're going to beat us 2-0. Ooh, interesting.
I think if you asked the Man U fans who they wanted to punch, it'd probably be Onana, wouldn't it?
No, we want him safe and sound in goal.
Yeah, I wouldn't punch Onana. He might be the only one I wouldn't want to punch.
No, I said if Man U fans, they want to punch Onana, want to punch Onana.
Yeah, I like this conversation.
I put a safety net around Onana.
Is it time for me to say mine yet?
Well, no, because Martin's given probably the best answer. All their plastic fans, you'll be busy for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, go on then. Give us your.
Dead boring. I mean, dead boring. For a start, you should have said Fernandez doesn't count because that's given. Everybody wants to punch that little rat. So on that, I'm working on that basis. That I'm already punching Fernandez, Anthony, and Garnacho. Easy, isn't it? They are so fucking so Man U, aren't they? They are so Man U. They are perfect Man U players. Shit, Leary.
What about Dallo?
Right?
Dallo's all right. I wouldn't mind Dallo in our squad. To be honest,
I like Dallo. I
don't like
Dallo. I do. Yeah.
Would you? All right. Would you lot have wanted to have punched Elanga this time last year?
Casemiro, we've got him.
Yeah, he's already injured, so.
He's got a fat face, man. I'd love to.
He's lady boy. He's got lady boy. Him and Firmino, I reckon, are 2 lady boys. Am I allowed to say that?
Don't know. Let's move on.
Allegedly.
Yeah, say allegedly. We'll say allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I'm with Cujo. This is number 1 on my punch after a Man U match.
Oh, poor old.
Oh my God! But I found myself agreeing with him. What did he say earlier today? Oh,
he said a lot of shit earlier. He was talking.
It did make some sense. I can't remember.
No, he didn't.
If he said something that made sense, man, you would remember it. I agree with Sai. Like, you can't punch Evans; he'd probably die, wouldn't he? Same with Ericsson, man. His heart would stop. So you can't do that. No, you can't do that, Keith. You can't do that. You can't. It'd die, man. It'd die. Oh my God, Mark's getting violent. He wants to. All right. We're derailing here.
We've all got alibis tomorrow at 5:00 at 5:30. We've all got alibis.
All right, wait, has Laurie given a list? Another meant to be lady, and already in trouble for talking about it. All right, let's bring this back on. Let's bring this back into thing. I'm just a little taken aback about the vented up aggressive anger in our chat, man, towards Man U players, and I fucking love it.
Just totally justified, though, isn't it? Totally justified.
It is. They're probably the most punchable team in the Premier League, man. Yeah. How could we forget this, Leo? Shout out to Leo, man. He needs a slap.
I was just pressing the same one.
McTominay needs a slap, seriously.
I'd drop Chris Wilder in there as well. I know he's not a Man United player, but
you put Jimmy in there as well while you're at.
Yeah, definitely.
Peggy bottom. Anyway, let's get on to the scores. Are you still feeling cocky? Wait, what a lady she is, man. She's got 4 on her list. I'm no lady when supporting Forest. That's all right.
Just macho, yeah.
As how much chest are you showing?
I'm confident, but I'm not going to show too much chest. So we'll win tomorrow. We'll win tomorrow, and we'll get a clean sheet, but it'll be a 1-0 win. It'll be a solid performance, mate. That's all I want. Any win is a win, mate, and we're going to get it tomorrow. I can feel it. Don't make me change my mind.
I can feel it.
This is a good question. Which goal would you most want to punch first?
Which one haven't I punched yet?
That's true. The answers will start coming in the chat, no doubt. All right, so you're saying 1-0. Who's scoring this? You going as far as a bit of goal scoring chest?
You know, I like what Crypto's saying about Elanga. I think Elanga tomorrow. I think he's been a threat in most games. Yeah, I think he just needs to take his chance. I think he'll take it tomorrow.
Okay. Crypto, you can't say 10-0 or 69-0.
I'm just laughing because someone said they'd punch Rob.
Shout out
So
to Rob.
my genuine prediction is 4-1. I'm going 2 goals Elanga, 2 goals Chris Wood.
Straight up.
You say 4-1?
4-1, 2 goals to Elanga, 2 goals to Chris Wood.
All right. Okay.
And I think Garnacho will score their goal, or maybe Anana.
Did he just go green for you, look?
He just went green, yeah. Ant's a lizard man, for those who don't know.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I told you that start coming out. Straight out of nothing and say Crypto would get a right backhand.
You'd have to catch me first. I'm pretty quick. I'm pretty quick.
Especially on your motorbike.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God, she really is not a lady when it comes to football. Wouldn't punch any of you GOR, but would love to watch Rich slap Jace. All right, and the Incredible Hulk, as Cujo says here, right? What's your score prediction?
Yeah, I'm going for 2-1 Forest because we don't keep clean sheets. So I don't know who's going to score, but 2-1. That's my prediction.
First clean sheet under Nuno tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
I'm telling you,
I prefer it to be 2-1 though for the predictor league.
Not true.
No, 2-0's better. Think of our goal difference.
Yeah, I know, but that doesn't get me as many points.
Well, you could change your score to 2-0 then.
I can't. I've locked it in. Otherwise, I would consider it.
Unlock it.
You can't unlock
All
it.
right, let's see some of the
He
chat.
never locks his till the last second. I know it. He waits for the team sheets. He
I
does,
know
and
what
then
you're
goes.
talking about.
It's not doing him any good.
Jay's saying 2-0. Emma's saying 3-0. Omni's saying 3-0. MGW hat trick. We'll remember these. Let's see. Because you know the amount of times Forest win. Well, it's not very many, I know. But the amount of times
own your comments. Yeah.
And then in the comments, all I'll get is, Wolfie, I told you, man, I got the score right. I'm like, well done. I can't remember. You could say anything right now. Like, look, they're all coming through. Jeff's saying 3-1. 0-0 says Johnny.
Hey, Wolfie, we'd know if they were in the predictor league, wouldn't we? Be able to check.
That is true. That is true.
So
Make
come
sure
on,
you're in
guys.
that predictor league.
It's a bit late.
Someone mentioned the ref. Apparently, it's the same ref as who was at the Chelsea match that we won.
Yeah, Tim Robbins or something like that.
Tim Robbins.
He's
Tim
an
Robbins.
actor, isn't he?
He's an
Yeah,
actor.
he's an actor.
Shawshank. Is that Shawshank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5-0.
Sheepshag.
3-1. Nikki, shut up, Nikki. I know your tactics, man. You're now a believer in me, and you're just going to copy whatever I say. I'm going 2-0. I'm going 4. Morgan Gibbs White first half, Elanga second half, and he shushes the away fans and then drops the mic.
That was the point. Right. Let me just say that was the point I agreed with Twist on. Why the hell didn't Chris Wood celebrate last week? That I did agree with him on.
This is previous team.
He was there one season and they hated him. Why the fuck didn't he celebrate?
Yeah. No, somebody said I was watching a podcast and someone was saying that Mavropanos didn't celebrate when he scored for West Ham. He played 7 games for Arsenal. 7 games he played and didn't celebrate. Stupid.
How many times in his life is Wood going to get a hat trick? You know,
tomorrow probably.
Yeah.
If Jono had scored and Spurs had beat us 1-0 and celebrated the other week.
Totally different. Jono's been there since a kid.
Totally different.
Yeah, he's an academy product. You're right, Ed. Academy product, growing up with the club.
I wouldn't expect him to celebrate against us. I wouldn't expect him to. Totally
different. You write the rules. You write the rules.
Different situation. No.
If Johnson scored a hat trick and ran towards you and told you to shush, you wouldn't like it. No way.
I'd get over it.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. But yeah, 2 different situations, mate.
It is. You're right.
I asked Twist off stream after that, and I said, if Elanga scores and shishes the crowd, would it annoy you? And he goes, no. I was like, you serious? He goes, no. He goes, the goal would annoy me, not the celebration. That was his answer. So
Yeah.
anyway,
to be fair, you don't have to. You can celebrate without shushing, and you can celebrate without going up to the other fans, and you can just celebrate with your own fans.
Not if it's Man United, you can't resist
If
it.
it's Man United, I hope he pulls his pants down and twerks his arse at him. You know?
Or you can do what Watkins did and just point at the guy, start a fight, and just walk off. That was brilliant.
I would be. You know what? I'm that guy though. I'm that guy on FIFA. They removed shushing off FIFA because of me and Twist.
Really?
They stopped you doing the shush celebration of FIFA, man. Like, especially if you scored it, and there was a glitch on it where you could get your player to shush all the way back to the half line and then turn around.
You know what is
I mean,
disrespectful?
it made Adebayor a legend, didn't it? It's run against Arsenal when Man City. It's made him a legend.
The thing is, in this day and age as well, because of VAR, you can't really celebrate straight away. But I mean, certainly his second and third goal, there was no. I mean, all of his goals, in fact, there was no doubt that they weren't offside or anything like that. Why he didn't celebrate? I think he'll regret it, honestly.
Yeah,
I thought you said you weren't going to lose any sleep over this.
No,
like you've lost a lot of sleep over it.
No. I've lost the sleep over the fact that I agreed with Twist on something. That's what's made me lose sleep.
Do you know what's more disrespectful? Johnson's dad wearing a Spurs scarf. Why is he wearing a Spurs scarf?
He's not a Forest fan. Why do we care about that? He's not a Forest fan.
That's because him and his kid have been loved and supported by Forest fans for 25 years.
So.
And he just turned around and said, "Fuck you! I don't give a shit about you lot."
He even said himself.
Let's not fall out, mate, because I really feel strongly about it. It was fucking
okay,
terrible.
but I'm just going to put his point across.
If there's a bloke when he's punching in the face, it's David fucking Johnson.
Okay. He's defended him. He said it in his own words. He says, "Look, I never supported Nottingham Forest. I only came to watch my son. I only came to watch my son. So why shouldn't he do?
Because he should have some respect for the people that have shown him affection and love for 25 years. He's never had to buy a fucking beer in town for 20 odd years. He's never had to buy a beer.
Nottingham Forest fans gave Brennan Johnson his whole career.
He wore a scarf. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, disrespect. He didn't need to.
Why are you getting so upset?
When did he wear a scarf? When did he wear a Forest scarf? The snake.
Why would he wear a Forest scarf? He's in with.
Why is he wearing a Spurs scarf?
He's a snake.
Listen, I'm not going to lose any sleep over that.
Let him fuck off to London. Take all.
That's why you should lose.
And never come back to Nottingham again.
It's disrespectful and it's disgusting.
Are you serious? Well, I can't believe it.
Are you serious?
I couldn't give a shit.
You know what? If I'd been at that stadium, I'd have thrown up all over the fucking Chechen.
I was not bothered.
This is getting clips, by the way.
It bothered me one little bit. I've got 47 million out of it, so I don't care, mate. He can wear as many scarves as he wants.
No,
exactly.
No. Disrespectful.
So you want players
disrespectful towards all those Forest fans that have spoiled him and his fucking son all these years. Disrespectful.
It's funny what white people get upset over.
Look, I don't mind that you're annoyed about it. I just think you got double standards, man. You want players to celebrate, but Johnson.
He's not a player, is he?
He's an ex-player, but DJ can't wear a scarf according to the
rules. Has already pointed out. I think that has already pointed out the difference between someone that's ingrained in a club over many, many years and somebody that was
He wasn't. He came from
Jono. He was engaged. He
owes his whole son's life to Nottingham Forest.
He had one good season. No,
not only that. No, that's not my point. When he could get his fucking paws in the fucking dish, when he could get all the freebies at Forest and all the adoration, he kept coming back year after year after year. Right? Why didn't he fuck off after he left and never come back?
He wasn't through our academy, and we bought him.
No.
Yeah, but he's supporting his son. He's supporting his son, but then he's changing allegiances. He's forgetting who brought his son
anyway.
I'm sorry.
I'd ban him from the city ground. Ban him from the city. Ban him from the city ground.
Ban him from the city.
Ban him from the East Midlands.
Ban him from East Midlands. And time to the back of him.
And never fly from East Midlands Airport again.
Yeah, ban him. Take his passport off him.
I don't know.
Don't let him back into Nottinghamshire. I want police on every part of the border. And if they see him, shoot him in the head. Shoot him in the head.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right, let's stop.
I can't even remember what we're talking about, to be honest. But I know that I'm annoyed about it.
All right, that'll do before I gets clipped again. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow with the transfer video in the morning, then the watch along, then the player ratings, and if Forest win, maybe we'll do a late and call in. On that note, I'm looking forward to the clips on Twitter later on. Thank you so much.
I've got plenty of support. I got plenty of support. Punching
from your brother.
Has gone away to find his first.
Yes.
I don't even know if I should press the end stream, man. These lot are still cracking up in the chat, man. It's like, should we call it? It's the most violent stream ever.
Just wait.
We've gone from punching Man United players to shooting
ex-players. It's wait. We can win tomorrow, man. I don't know what.
This is what football's been.
What happens if Elanga's mum's wearing a Man United scarf tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
Exactly.
What happens if Elanga's mum's wearing a Man United scarf tomorrow?
Tutor! Take Owen Johnson and tutor.
Right.
No, don't. This is mum. Don't. This is mum.
Hang on, that bombshell.
See you.